Hi, my name is Pete Gustin. I'm a voiceover guy, and I'm legally blind.
When you have a voice like our next guest, the career choice seems like a no-brainer. Listen to a sample of his work, and you'll see what I mean.
In a world that's perfect lies a perfect little town. See what happens at Reebok.com after the game.
Sean Grech joining us for WTF, and we start off with an amazing inspirational story of a talented man.
Absolutely. Pete Gustin is a voiceover artist in Boston, and he shared his inspirational story via social media yesterday, and it was buzzing all over the place. The thing is that he's illegally blind. At the age of 8, he was diagnosed with a degenerative eye disease, which left him legally blind. And at the age of 21, a New York-based agent told him he would never be a voiceover artist because he can't read copy.
And for a while, I thought he was right. I almost gave up. You see, I'm not like everyone else. I don't do things like everyone else. In fact, how the hell am I even reading this right now? I'm not even looking at it. Well, take a listen.
This computerized
voice is reading the copy to me in my headphones. And after a solid 2 years of practice, that's one of the tricks I've taught myself in order to be able to read copy.
You can see some things, you can make out images, but you can't read. I mean, explain to people what it is you can.
Definitely can't read script, can't go, when I go to a restaurant, I can't read the menu. Definitely don't drive a car. I mean, I could, but it wouldn't be very safe. I mean, even right now, you're just maybe 3 or 4 feet away from me. I know you're there, but I don't know what you look like. Your staff bandied about the phrase, excellent hair. I unfortunately don't get to partake in enjoying that.
Back to Monday Night Talk with your host, Kevin Tachi. 95.9 WATD.
We're going to speak with a gentleman. You've heard him. Who am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about one Pete Gustin, who is not only a fantastic radio guy, but he's a guy who does other little things like being a comedian, musician, and I believe that he has a best friend called Superdog.
Hello, I'm Mike Russell from Music Radio Creative, and in this episode we'll talk about finding your inspiration, and we'll have a bonus special guest on to talk about how you can do that. Pete, obviously Isabella and I heard of you, as I'm sure many, many others did, by reading the article that was recently on the tech website Mashable. It's one of my favorite websites to follow.
Hello and welcome to a special evening edition of TikTok Live. We have a very special guest to introduce you to.
Believe me, you've heard his voice and you've heard it in various and sundry applications on radio or television over the last several years. Pete, thank you so much for taking the time out to be with us today.
My pleasure. I really appreciate your wanting to talk.
Pete's eyesight started fading at age 8. By 21, it was mostly gone.
And there was a fear there for a while that I wouldn't be able to go to school. I wouldn't be able to hold a regular job. You know, with really bad eyesight, there's not a lot of things you can do.
I've been featured on literally hundreds of radio stations across the U.S. and U.K., and recently have even had the opportunity to start auditioning for the holy grail of voiceovers, movie trailers.
This summer, when the war begins, discover what comes next. World War Z.
So no, it wasn't easy for me to learn to work like this. It was hard, and it took hundreds of hours of practice. But when you have a goal, when you have a dream, and you refuse to let anything stop you, you'll do whatever it takes to overcome whatever obstacles are in your way, whether it's being born with a degenerative eye disease, or just believing in yourself when others simply won't. But anyway, if you excuse me, I gotta get out of here. Go take my dog Superdog for a ride.
What? I told you. I'm legally blind. I can't get my driver's license. That wouldn't be very safe. Come on, Superdog.
The thing I love about the warm weather is the tube tops, mini skirts, and sundresses come back out. Yeah! I look so good in that stuff.